just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. Here's the veteran Dustin Hopkins ready for the start, and we are underway now from Huntington Bank Field. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson going right to the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect to see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, BJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches too, and seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognized the early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now it's Richardson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2 yards to go, second down. Richardson looking to throw. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 29 yards. And the Colts have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Loose inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerome Ford, 61 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here. You hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here is third and quite a ways. Watson now to throw. That is incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up fourth down.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. Josh Downs now to return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Richardson looking to throw this. He's got him in. Complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 77 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. This is Ford. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. To throw is Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Richardson to throw. takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Connecting over the middle with Downs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Richardson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Watson off play action. He's going to look deep for more. And it'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Motion man right, that's Pierce.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
The final shot before the break. Watson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will be brought down
on what will be the final play of this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Faking the give. Now Watson.
Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Out of the gun, Watson.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Again, it's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Alec Pierce,
42 yards.
And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's caught. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points.
22.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Gay now set to kick it off. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good. 4-8. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here this 4th quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They run with Ford.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now Watson.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
To throw, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Big kick right there to give him the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Here's 1st and 10. Richardson to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Here's 2nd down. Richardson. Pass complete to Ali Cox. Pushes him over. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Richardson. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 5.
Next to score, Colts 36, Browns 31.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Watson. Pass complete to Chubb. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Watson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes this game off. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two...